So our relationship heart to heart. In our society, we're increasingly isolated. And the more isolated we are, the more we expect of our relationships. A romantic partner is wonderful, but there's also your relationship with the divine. There's also your relationship with friends, your relationship with nature, your relationship with your work, your relationship with the kids in your life, your kids or just like kids, you know. There are many, many relationships. Your relationship with your body, super interesting relationship. The one with the body, what you eat, how you exercise, how you feel, super important. There are the relationships with the writers whose books you read and you grow. So while relationships are super important, and I'm wearing a cross, even though I think anyone traditionally Christian would not find me especially Christian in the traditional way. I love a lot of religions and appreciate many religions. I grew up Eastern Orthodox and I very much respect that religion. But what that gave me is a sense that I am kind to people, but what matters to me more is my relationship with the divine. I think part of the reason we have trouble now with relationships and in relationships is that we expect so much from them. You can't expect someone to be your lover, your friend, your sibling, your parent, your child, your God, your sense of direction, your intellectual stimulation and your sexual stimulation and your emotional needs. So I think it's very important to take romantic relationships seriously and yet know that it is one thing in your life. It is not everything in your life. And there is so much more in your life. And some periods of your life, you may have a relationship, some periods you may not. Life is equally interesting in both cases. And I actually think it's great for people to be in relationships. I'm very much for it. I'm not like, oh, let's all be single. It's better that way. I think it's actually better to be in relationships than to be single overall. But I also think it's extremely important to have periods in your life where you're single, not feel like you're, like those periods aren't important. They're very important. They can be very fulfilling and live them out fully. And then when you are in a relationship, have other relationships, not romantic ones, but have other important relationships in your life. And then the romantic relationship itself goes better because there's not so much pressure on it. You can enjoy it. You can be playful because it's not everything to you. I know for sure that nothing is everything to me. My relationship to my body and my relationship to what I can call that the divine, I can call that God, I can call that the compassionate universe. Those are the most important to myself and to the higher power. And the rest is also important, but it's not as important. And that's a compass, that's an anchor, that's a source of sanity and steadiness. And it puts everything else in context. So I just wanted to share that point of view in case it's helpful to you.